Good morning, Satnam. Welcome back to day 13 of Awakening Your Ecstatic Potential. So, last but one day, everybody. So, well done for staying with the program and showing up for yourself and for this course every day. So, today, day 13, we're going to be working with affirmations. I've been aiming to balance use of the mind, use of the body, use of the consciousness, use of energy in all of these practices so that we're kind of beginning to blend and build a foundation together where we have the capacity to think with mastery, to master the body, to master the energy. So we're laying the foundations for all of that. And affirmations is one part of mastering the mind. But before we go on, just like every day, we're going to begin with a tuning into ourselves and to the space. So go ahead, make yourself comfortable in a sitting position, whether you're sitting on the floor, on the chair, against the wall, or maybe you're even in bed, leaning against the wall or your bedstead, but just have your back as straight as it can be. Go ahead and close your eyes. And begin to deepen your breath down into the body. So as you deepen your breath, just calling yourself present into this moment, into your body, into the now. Feeling the chair or the floor, whatever you're sitting on beneath you, connected to your root and perhaps your feet. Rest into the knowing that you are held and supported here. If there's any tension in your body this morning, just on your next out breath, allow this tension to release. So your body is relaxed and open. As you deepen your breath, just filling your physical body with your awareness, inhabiting the body with your awareness. So you're in connection with your feet, with your ankles, with your shins and your calves, so that you're in connection with your knees, your thighs, pelvis, the sex, the base of the body. You're in connection and awareness of your back, your belly, your abdomen, your chest, and all your internal organs. You're in connection with your throat and neck, your shoulders, your arms, hands, and fingers. You're in connection with your head, the insides of the head, top, back, sides of the head, and the face. And you're breathing fully and deeply, and the body is relaxed. Eyes just resting back into the head. With your awareness staying inside the body, now just consciously send down a root into the earth from your base, from your root chakra. Imagine this root growing all the way down to the very, very center of the earth and anchoring you. And once this root is anchored, you can also draw up life force energy from the very depths and the core of the earth into your body and your being, so that you are constantly connected to the flow of Mother Earth and the life force that is available to you. Allow this energy to flow up and through your body like a subtle current of light. Flows through your central channel, the Sushumna, but from there it radiates out through every meridian and energy line, so that every part of your body is infused with this energy of life. And then sending your awareness up from the crown of the head to the space above, and sending up the intention to connect to the highest realms of consciousness. Like a silver thread that will connect you to these highest realms of the universal mind and source consciousness. And when you've connected up, anchored in there, maybe you can find a star to anchor upon. Also drawing down this light, this consciousness from above, down into the crown and down through the body, flushing the whole body with this higher consciousness. So we're really anchored in, and both energies are flowing through the physical body and the energy body. Visualize yourself sitting, anchored, rooted, flooded with these energies of life and light and awareness. And from this place, just connecting out to the circle, to our group, to those who are sitting here now and those who will join us later. Just feeling that sense of connection and shared intention. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out through the mouth. And a couple more times, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then just wiggling your body, stretching, and gently opening your eyes. So I gave us a slightly longer opening connection meditation today because it's important for what we're going to do next, that we're in a state of relaxation and connection. So when you do this practice for yourself, just remembering that you want to first bring yourself into an experience of being relaxed in the body, mind, and connected to source, or simply where you've been able to bring the mind into greater neutrality. So we're going to play with affirmations today, such a really great way to also entrain our thoughts into the direction of what we want to manifest and create in our lives. So I'm sure you are all familiar with Louise Hay. She passed away recently. She wrote 2 really famous books, You Can Heal Your Life and Heal Your Body, and probably many others. So she works with the principle, as do most spiritual teachers really, that your thoughts create your reality. And every problem in life that you're facing, whether it's a health issue, a wealth issue, a relationship issue, any issue, will really be rooted in beliefs that you hold about life and about yourself. And actually, she takes it back that every fundamental problem really stems back ultimately to a lack of self-love. But affirmations, which is positive statements about yourself and about your reality, are one really amazing, powerful way to invite change and create something new for yourself in your life. Affirmations are things that you can write out literally, and that's what we're going to do this morning. You can also speak them out loud. You can also draw them, paint them, put them up in your house by your mirror, so that when you look in the mirror, you speak them to yourself. You can have them on your phone. You can record them to your voice recorder on your phone and then listen to them before you go to bed. You know, there's all kinds of ways that you can use affirmations to bring change and expansion into your life. So I'm just going to remind you before we go on to do a really short exercise with this about a couple of key things with affirmations. So I'm just reading from my notes here. So number one is always phrase affirmations in the present tense, not in the future. So create it as if it already exists now. So state them in the present tense. State them, number two, in the most positive way that you can. Affirm what you want, not what you don't want. Because if you affirm what you don't want, you'll get more of that. So whatever you're wanting to affirm, state it in the positive, not the negative. Make it short and simple, clear and strong. That's number three. Number four, choose an affirmation that really feels right for you. So don't borrow the language of somebody else if it's not innate to you. So let it be phrased in language and in a way that you don't feel resistance to, that feels right for you. Number five, remember that you're not trying to redo or change what exists now. You're creating something new and fresh. So we're not setting up any conflict with what exists now. Number six, affirmations are not there to contradict or try to change your feelings or emotions. So it's important to accept all of your feelings, including those so-called negative ones. At the same time, they can help you create a new point of view. Number seven, try as much as possible to create a feeling or belief that can be true. So when you're in that space, that's why it's really important to meditate or to get yourself into a state of relaxation, so that in that state of pure awareness and deep relaxation and connection, there are no doubts, there are no hesitations. You're just connected into source and the expanded mind. And those are the main guidelines. So you can apply these principles to any area of your life. So just go ahead now, make sure you've got your pen and paper to your side, and just think of one area, because we don't have time to work with every area this morning, one area of your life where you would like to manifest something new, create something fresh, whatever that might be. So it might be an area of your work, an area of your health, an area of relationships, an area of prosperity, an area of social life. So just tune in to whatever arises, some element of your life or your being that you would like to bring change to and create something new. Okay, and when you're clear of this one area that you would like to address this morning in our affirmations practice, go ahead and get your pen and paper. So now you're going to have a go at writing an affirmation to address this particular area. And couple of pointers on this. So just remembering those 7 points, I will also repeat them. You're going to write it repeatedly in 3 different ways. In the first person, I have to look at my notes for this again, just so I remember to say it right. So you're going to write it 3 times using your name. So you include your name in the statement. So you're writing it in the first, second, and third person. So just for example, I, Shakti, am a gifted singer. And then second person, Shakti, you are a gifted singer. Third person, Shakti is a gifted singer. Okay, so have a go now at writing your affirmation. Let it just flow, and you can try out a few different variations until you find one that feels right, okay? Don't sweat over it. This is just an exercise at getting into the flow of doing this. So writing it in the first person, the second person, the third person, writing it with feeling. So really meaning as you write. There's something that happens when we write down rather than just thinking something. So when we write, it brings a very different energy into what we're doing. As I say, if you're not quite sure of the phrasing, try a few different phrases, try a few different ways of wording this until you find the wording that feels right. It feels positive, it feels true in this moment, it feels like it's stated in the now, in this now moment. It's creating something fresh. Feels like it's true to you, so you're not forcing or faking something. And it acknowledges the reality of who you are and what is now at the same time. And keep writing and repeating this writing. So you may be writing out 10 or 20 times. As you're writing, so you're going to have some time. I'm just going to keep talking a few times, giving guidance as you go along. If you notice at any point some resistance come up, so resistance means a thought pops into your head that says something like, oh my gosh, I can't do that, that's not possible, but that didn't work before. Any kind of belief like I'm not good enough, I'm actually not a good singer, I'm a crap singer. Any resistance, so basically that's any thought which is contradicting the positive affirmation that you're writing down. Turn your book or your paper over or turn to another page and write down that belief that's just popped up into your awareness, okay? And then go back to writing your positive affirmation. So what you're doing in essence is you're continually writing out this positive affirmation for yourself of this one aspect of your life or your being that you're wishing to bring something new into, create something new, manifest something, whatever that is, whether that's something big like a new home, whether it's healing something in your body, whether it's healing something in your heart, whether it's attracting a new job. So you're making this affirmation in the first person, second person, and third person. And if that's confusing you, don't worry, just keep writing. And then anytime you notice a resistant thought, an objection that arises in your little mind, go to a different part in your book or the back of your piece of paper and write down whatever that belief is that's just cropped up. Just going to give you one more minute for this to continue with the practice. So you may or you may not be complete. If you can, just bring that piece of writing to a close now, and just now for a moment, look at what you've written. So look at your affirmation as you've repeated it. And then look at any of those resistant thoughts and negative beliefs that you've also written down on the other side of the page or on the back of the piece of paper. And just notice whatever those are. Maybe there are none, and if there are none, whoa, I celebrate you. I really do, and that's amazing. So it's not like there has to be any. If there are none, this is wonderful. And for the next few minutes, when I'm giving everyone else a second step to this, you can just begin to carry on with your affirmation or try out a new one. If you have any resistant thoughts there, or negative beliefs or limiting beliefs, just know that this is part of your humanness. It is not something to judge yourself for. This is a process to just show you where those beliefs are and what they are, because it can be really illuminating to see how we're blocking ourselves, because this can often be why things aren't changing in our lives. It's like we have these great intentions and we have these really positive beliefs, and we do affirm them and we do believe them, and at the same time there's another energy that we're holding that we may be unconscious of that is kind of contradicting that and keeping us locked in stasis. So now that we see these limiting beliefs on paper, it can be really interesting. So first of all, just love, accept and embrace this aspect of your being. So, you know, just love and have compassion for this part of yourself. So just know this doesn't make you wrong or bad. Okay, so bring love to this, bring love to this. And then just for the next few minutes, the second part of this exercise is that you're going to take one of those. There may only be one, there may be many, I don't know. And now try to reframe that statement as a positive affirmation. So see if you can find a way to write an affirmation that feels true for you, that would restate that and bring a new element to that, that would eventually shift that belief into a belief that works more positively for you. And go ahead. So it could be something like, I recognize this part of me that has held me limited, and I'm open to shifting this belief. I'm open to seeing new ways to love myself. I seek guidance on ways to heal this wounding. You know, you can find ways to affirm something that would create change and shift for the better in you around this limiting belief. I know that others see me this way. Maybe this belief isn't true. I'm open to believing something new about myself in this regard. So make it a belief that you can, that feels true, that resonates for you as true, but that is shifting that belief which has kept you locked. And just see how that feels. Notice how it feels in your body and your being as you do this. So again, you may be in full flow. I'm just going to ask you to pause in the writing for now. This may be something you will want to continue with either now if you have the time, or another time today or any other day. But I've just introduced you to this practice, which is bring yourself into neutral space of connection and relaxation. Write your affirmation in first, second, and third person. Write it at least 20 to 30 times. Anytime you feel a resistance, write that out. And then as a second stage, look at those resistances and reframe those also as a positive affirmation. So those are the steps. And it's a way of clearing the limiting beliefs that are holding us back from manifesting what we really, really desire in life. Now that you have those affirmations or that affirmation, begin to use it. Say it out loud, write it down, paint it, stick it up on the wall, have it on your phone, make it active and keep coming back to it. Okay. I'm just going to now read you a beautiful affirmation from Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. So just make yourself comfortable to receive this. Go ahead and close your eyes and feel into your heart. You may even wish to bring your hands onto your heart. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of love. I now allow this love to flow to the surface. It fills my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being, and radiates out from me in all directions and returns to me multiplied. The more love I use and give, the more I have to give. The supply is endless. The use of love makes me feel good. It is an expression of my inner joy. I love myself. Therefore, I take loving care of my body. I lovingly feed it nourishing foods and beverages. I lovingly groom it and dress it. And my body lovingly responds to me with vibrant health and energy. I love myself. Therefore, I provide for myself a comfortable home, one that fills all my needs and is a pleasure to be in. I fill the rooms with the vibration of love so that all who enter, myself included, will feel this love and be nourished by it. I love myself. Therefore, I work at a job that I truly enjoy doing, one that uses my creative talents and abilities, working with and for people that I love and that love me, and earning a good income. I love myself. Therefore, I behave and think in a loving way to all people, for I know that that which I give out returns to me multiplied. I only attract loving people in my world, for they are a mirror of what I am. I love myself. Therefore, I forgive and totally release the past and all past experiences, and I am free. I love myself. Therefore, I love totally in the now, experiencing each moment as good and knowing that my future is bright and joyous and secure. For I am a beloved child of the universe, and the universe lovingly takes care of me now and forevermore, and so it is. And so it is. So beautiful people, thank you for joining me again today, and tomorrow is our last day. Just a reminder that we're going to be doing a calling in ceremony tomorrow and a celebration of the ending of the course. In the calling in, I really invite you to create an altar for yourself. It doesn't have to be complicated, and I've written some notes about that on the forum. If you have any questions, do get in touch. If you have any feedback about today, do get in touch. And that's it. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6:30, and thank you so much for being with me. Sat Nam and much love.